Imagine you're aspiring to become a ballerina. You see yourself on a beautiful stage with perfect feet and beautiful extensions. Now, imagine, in order to take yourself closer to that goal, you follow to the T the gym routine of this guy. This is what it looks like to make progress that's not aligned to your why. I started learning German in 2021. I only recently started to feel as if I'm making progress because I decided to scrap my current routine and start from scratch. I felt as if I was pulling my hair out trying to achieve something that wasn't aligned with my desire or my lifestyle. There's nothing I love more than my hair, so this was bad. Then I realized there were two big answers staring me straight in the face. First off, your desires inform your actions, consciously and subconsciously. If you know you need to do something and you don't want to do that thing, you know it's going to take all the energy in your entire body to convince yourself that you need to do this thing. And at that point, you have no energy left for the thing you were supposed to be doing in the first place. But here's the confusing part. You want to learn a language. So why are you getting the same feeling? Language learning is so personal. So in order to start off on the right foot, even though you don't know anything about anything, you have to give yourself the map. Which sounds stupid and crazy and confusing. But hear me out. Learning two languages at the same time and trying to learn them in an identical way taught me there are so many reasons to learn a language and so many avenues, and no two avenues are the same. So you can't rely on the success story of someone else to fill the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I'm going to elaborate on that in just a minute, but before that, I want to ask you a question. When you picture yourself utilizing a language, what are you doing? Where are you? Are you speaking with family members? Are you reading books or poetry? If your goal is to go to a country and have a fuller traveling experience, visualize what you're doing. You're ordering food, following a tour guide. Maybe you're husband hunting and trying to impress men with your multilingual goddess energy. I don't know. Whatever it is, that's your finish line. And your finish line determines where and how you start. For example, let's say you want to learn French. You have 4 hours of study time per week. Spend 2 hours on vocab, 1 hour on grammar, and another hour on reading. However, your dream is to spend a month in France. Now, you may be able to get by for a month without speaking to anyone. I've done it before, but otherwise, you'll probably need some speaking practice. On another hand, say you have a French friend who loves helping you speak, and that's the most fun thing that you do, so that's all you end up doing. It's great. It's amazing. But if you only ever plan on reading in French, it's ultimately fruitless. This also applies if you're having trouble choosing a language to learn, if you want to visualize the things that you gravitate toward, if it's a particular culture, if it's a particular area of interest. Those things can also help you key in on what language. For instance, the most obvious, if you like anime, you might want to consider learning Japanese. If you are very interested in World War II history, you might want to consider picking up German. Now, I spoke a little bit earlier about the first revelation that I had regarding language learning issues. The second one is also super important. Right now, there is a huge gap between where you are in your progress and where you want to be if you're a beginner. However, there are thousands of YouTube videos, thousands of books, podcasts, and the like trying to tell you how to fill that gap or trying to help you with that. If you're like me, that thought alone gives you analysis paralysis that makes you want to curl up in a ball and die. I'm not here to do that. The telling you what to do or the analysis paralysis dying sort of thing either. I'm not doing that either. You don't need someone to help you fill the gap. Your progress skyrockets when you learn what to fill that gap with yourself. Only you can give you that. There's an unresolved imbalance in the way that newcomers learn a language because we learn from people who've done it before. And on the whole, there's nothing wrong with that. Please take inspiration. Please look at polyglot videos. I love doing that. You should do it too. But the danger in trying to emulate someone else's success is that you only know what success looks like for them, not for you. When you're attached to what someone else's success looks like, you can end up like our bodybuilding ballerina. I thought you really needed an even amount of everything: vocab, grammar, reading, listening, speaking. And yes, if you practice all those things, you will get better at all of those things. But it's not efficient and can be demoralizing, and it can even keep you further from your goal. Your personal why is what fuels your personal journey. You can look to people for ideas and inspiration, but before you get overwhelmed, remember this. There's no video, book, or podcast that can tell you whether to study like a bodybuilder or ballerina. And as far as real tangible resources to learn a language once you make your map, I'll have those soon enough. But another big way to learn is through other people's mistakes. So if you want to check out all of the language learning mistakes I made in 2023, you can click on the video on your screen right now. I'll see you over there, and until next time, adios and auf Wiedersehen.